Rose Petals, Chapter 11 The School Visit. Ren and Hiroki pulled up near the back entrance of SCAD University. They were quickly ushered in by the assistant dean, who was standing outside. They were taken to the security room. The dean walked in quickly, closing the door behind him. "Wasn't sure if our plans to sneak you guys in was going to fall through. Lucky class was in session." He smiled at them before sitting down. "It had nothing to do with luck," Hiroaki stated frankly. "We made sure to get here while class was in session, giving us at least the chance of not being seen. Not to mention, the mask and hoodie we're wearing. Something we have gotten used to." Ren pulled out his notebook. He looked over the list of donations. He looked back up at the dean. "I see you have gotten everything I order." "Yes. Yes. Yes." He stood up and walked towards the studio monitor. Ren and Hiroki followed. "See here. The new state-of-the-art computers are well in place. We also upgraded security and," he clicked on a monitor. It instantly booted up, showing the different views of the university. Ren leaned closer in when the appearance of a figure came across one of the cameras. The dean also leaned in. "I guess someone has decided not to attend class." "Zoom in," he said, speaking to the computer. They watched as the figure appeared closer into view. She walked along, peeping into each class, and at times stopped to open the rooms that were empty. "What the hell is she doing?" Hiroaki asked, pulling his shades down. "Is she an intruder?" "Oh, her? No, she attends here. Part-time, I think." Ren stared at the screen, unable to speak or move. He watched as she opened another room and poked her head in. After a few seconds, she decided to enter. The camera switched view and was now showing the art room. Maya looked around the room. She had taken art classes since middle school. She was not only good at music, but also visual art. Her mother, before becoming a doctor, had majored in a visual art degree program but later switched her major, feeling that she wanted to do more and save lives. She walked past each easel before finally sitting down. There was something odd about them. Something she had never seen before. They were all digital. She picked up the brush and instantly the easel turned on. "Wow," she said out loud. There was a still life of a vase with some flowers set up in the middle of the room. How lovely." She began painting. After a few minutes, she placed her brush down. It was a rough sketch, but still looked like a masterpiece. The door flew open. She quickly turned around. "Who let you in here?" Maya placed the brush down and stood up. She bowed. "I'm sorry. The door was unlocked so." Sensei Omiyuki walked over to the easel. It was unlocked, but not open. She glanced over at the painting before gazing back at Maya. "I'm sorry. Since no one was in, I thought." "You thought wrong. Are you a student here?" "Yes," Maya quickly said. "Yes, part-time." "What are your courses?" "Chemistry and drama." Miyuki looked at the painting. She was shocked. "Obviously, you know art. Why aren't you in my class?" "I'm studying the medical field." "Which part?" Miyuki pulled out a lollipop and popped it into her mouth. This girl was quite interesting. Maya said nothing. To be honest, she hadn't even thought that out. She looked down at the ground. If you're unsure, sweetie, then don't you think you're making the wrong decision? Maya was unable to speak. What about your drama class? Why aren't you in there now? Because I can't act. Oh, really? Yeah. She looked back up at Miyuki. I know what you're thinking. Do you really? Well, the reason I ended up in drama class was because everything else was taken. You registered late. There was a pause before Miyuki continued. If you want, you can still attend my class. I didn't know there was room. There isn't. You can observe, I guess. Maya gave her a funny look. That's okay. I already have a lot on my plate. Miyuki shrugged. It's up to you. She walked over to the window and stared out into the parking lot. Maya bowed and was about to leave. So what are we going to do about you breaking and entering? I did not break in and enter. The door was not locked. It was not open either. She looked back at Maya. I'm willing to forget it, if you give me a few moments of your time. Only on the days you attend classes, of course. That's blackmail. Not really. Just think of it as you doing me a favor so I won't squeal. What is it that you want me to do? Run a few errands. You know, bring me food and snacks. That's all. You see, my class is full and I rarely get a break from one class to the next. Just be my errand girl. Maya sighed. She was already an errand girl for the drama class. I guess it won't be too bad, she thought to herself. Okay. Ren waited until only the faculty members were left. He sent Hiroaki ahead and made his way to the art room. He opened the door, quickly closing it behind him. Miyuki stood up and bowed. She was shocked to see him. She straightened herself and walked towards him, again bowing. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. If I knew I would be seeing you, I would have made myself more presentable. Rin touched her hair gently. It's okay, sensei. He looked around the room. Is everything to your liking? Yes, of course. That's good. He turned to her. That girl that was here. Is she one of your students? Not really. I gave her that option, but she politely declined. Why? He didn't answer. He walked over to the easel where Maya sat and turned it on. Staring at her painting, he spoke softly. Make room for her. Miyuki walked over and looked again at the painting. She paints quite well. Her strokes are delicate. She's been doing this for a while. I can tell. Probably an inherited talent. I don't think there's a need for her to take my class. There's nothing really for her to learn. Besides, she's not interested. Ren took out his phone and scanned it over the easel, transferring the painting to his inbox. What is your interest? What do you mean? You rarely come and see me since you've become an idol. So I gather this visit is about her. I have no interest. I'm curious about why she was in this room. And now that I see it, I think she should attend your class. You saw her? He nodded. Hiroaki and I were in the security room. He glanced down at his phone. Oh. Can I assume that you've heard everything? He said nothing, placing his phone back into his pocket. I have somewhere I need to be. He walked towards the door. Opening and looking back, he said. You know me quite well, Sensei.